and welcome to today's speed build. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining us, and if not, then welcome back. So today, as you can probably see, we are building in StrangerVille, and I am so excited because this is a world that I don't think I've ever built in on the channel. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I have, and so this is going to be like the first build I have ever shared on here, which is in this world, and we're building on this cute little lot. It's a very small lot which seems to be in the middle of a kind of like camping van situation. I don't know, it's a very cozy little atmosphere. However, the thing that we are building is not so cozy, but I feel like it works so well with these surrounding little like camper vans. So today we are doing a container home, but instead of my last container home, if you've not seen it, I recently, or maybe not so much recently, I did a container home, and it was a family home, and it was post-apocalyptic, of course, and it had a kind of like train situation going on. It was a really nice, for me, it was such a fun build. It was a really fun build, and I wanted to do something similar, but instead of doing a family home, this is actually a set of apartments or a set of units. So this contains, I believe, 6 units, and it also has like a control room as well, which I figured the people in here probably have a little control room just so that they can keep an eye on things that are going on around the area. And I felt like this worked so well with being like in the middle of this trailer park. It just looks so nice. Now, of course, security wise, it probably isn't the best because although there's a fence around here, there is like 2 big open areas, but I really didn't want to build a fence around this little build because I didn't think it was gonna look right. So there's no fence, and I know that's something people mention a lot and they're like, why is there no fence? And I'm sorry, I apologize. I just really, sometimes I just don't like adding them. I don't know, sometimes they just don't fit well with what I'm trying to do. But please feel free, if you want to download this, to add a fence. I'm sure it would still look really nice. I was just being weird and didn't want to add one. But anyway, so this is a set of apartments, as I was saying. So these are fully functional with the for rent pack. So if you have that pack, you should be able to just use these as like normal little apartments. And I don't know if they do like mods where you can play with zombies, but if they do, I feel like these two would go together like so well. So as you can probably tell, I am just building the exterior right now, and for the exterior I built it using these container homes, which are from the debug menu of the eco lifestyle pack. And then I also used like the wallpaper and the flooring from there to then build my own little containers and kind of have them blend in. This is the same thing that I did for the last like container homes that I did, but I just love doing it. I feel like it's so satisfying, and I don't know, it just felt so nice to build in StrangerVille. I feel like this build goes so nicely here. You'll have to let me know what you think. I also used this big satellite dish, which is also from the StrangerVille pack. I always get really confused because the world is called StrangerVille, but the pack is also called StrangerVille, so I'm always like, wait, is that right? But yeah, that is right. They're both called that, which is, it makes sense, but it's also a little bit weird. But yeah, anyway, so we have some solar panels going on. I thought these were really realistic because, I mean, I did end up adding TVs to like every single one of these rooms, and so yeah, it kind of made sense that they needed to get power somehow. So they do have satellite dishes on the top. Now, I did end up wanting to do some taller wall height. I just felt like it looked a little bit better because with the small wall height, it definitely worked, but I feel like it was harder to see all of the units. So I ended up using a taller wall height, and I just ended up sizing up with the tool mod, the individual containers, which honestly wasn't too much of a hassle, but something that was a little bit annoying is when I move onto the inside, I did have to alter a lot of them just so that they weren't like kind of peeking through, but you will see me do all of that. I do end up kind of sorting it and making it work, but it was just something that took a little bit extra. This is me doing it now because I realized it was a little bit of an issue, but it was okay. It was like pretty easily fixed. But yeah, so I am so excited to share this. Please let me know what you think of it. Now, I just want to talk briefly about the new expansion pack that has just came out, because I feel like you were probably most likely expecting me to upload a business and hobbies expansion build, but I just have not done that. So rest assured, I will be doing builds for the business and hobbies expansion. Of course, I am so excited. Like, I cannot explain how excited I am. I've been wanting to for the longest time build a daycare, and now I can actually do it. And it will be functional. I cannot wait. So trust me, I am so excited. I have so many builds that are like ready to go up, so many videos that are ready to go up, but I need to get them kind of finalized. I need to get them like thumbnails finished and get certain like aspects of them done and completed. So that is why I'm running a little bit behind, but rest assured I am still planning all of these things, so please do not worry. But yeah, I am so excited about that expansion. So from what I've seen, the world is absolutely gorgeous. The architecture in that world is amazing. I'm so excited to have a go at it and see how my builds turn out. I'm a little bit nervous because I feel like the architecture is not builds that I normally do, but I'm really excited to do it and just see, how it ends up looking. But yeah, I will be doing builds for that, so please do not worry. I just have so much going on right now with other builds and other videos and things like that. I will also have another episode of the every house is a different shape videos, so there will be another one of them going out very soon. Hopefully this week it should be all done and edited. But anyway, let's get back to talking about this build. So as you can see, I've added a lot of debug items. This includes these mailboxes, which I believe are from the werewolves pack, and then we have some of the tires, we have some of the like car junk and things like that. I've also added some wood. I end up adding this like big what are they called, like tank cards from, I believe it's the Lovestruck pack. So that ends up getting added to the back. Yeah, this one right here. I do think I end up moving it to the side because you'll see me play around with it. It just ends up working that way because I realized I did not add a door onto this unit, so I had to like move some stuff around. But yeah, now for this build, I wanted everything to feel very lived in. That was kind of what I was going for. I wanted everything to have that kind of like lived in feel. I wanted it to feel like, there's people that have been here for quite a while, and they've of course been here long enough that they've been able to kind of set up residency. They've been able to build their units, and they're kind of living not in peace, shall I say, but they're at the moment they're comfortable with where they are. They're happy, they're building up their little society, and they're kind of just trying to do things as they can and take things as they come. And I feel like they're not in a situation where they're constantly living in fear. Now you can probably tell from the outside, but these units are not very big, and so a lot of the units contain like one bedroom, or not even bedroom. Most of these are like studio apartments, if we want to even call it that. And so they contain essentially like one bedrooms. And so there is only two which have like a double bed. So one of them has a double bed and one of them has a double bed and single bed. So I kind of, with this storyline, assume that there's only maybe one child living here. Now, you could of course change the dynamics. You could have anyone you like staying here. That was just kind of what I was thinking based on the way these little apartments ended up coming out. So there does end up on the top floor being a room with a child in it. I felt like it made sense to have the child on that floor because one, it was one of the biggest units, and two, in fact, I think it was the biggest unit, but also it is very high up. So in terms of the safety for the child, it's a lot safer for them to be up there. So that's the kind of dynamic that we have going on. Now, here is me furnishing the first kind of like apartment area. I keep calling them apartments. I feel like they are apartments, but it just feels so silly because like this does not look like an apartment. But as you can probably see, I have taken up a lot of room with the living room. I do end up shifting things around and changing this because I realized there's no room for a bed here. I don't know what I was thinking, but I just completely forgot that I need to include a bed. So there does end up being a bed here. Just ignore the fact that I like completely forgot to include one at first. But we end up having fully functional kitchens in all of the units. I wanted that to be like essential because if you do want to use this build, then you'll probably want it to be functional, like no matter what unit you want to stay in. So I decided to do that. Now, I will say, although these units are decorated and although they're furnished, they probably could be decorated more and they probably could be cluttered a little bit more and have a little bit more personality. I was just very aware that I was building multiple units and that it was going to go into a video, and I didn't want to absolutely bore you with like a really, really long video of me furnishing several apartments. So although they are decorated and they are furnished, I feel like if you want to add to these, please feel free. I'd be so happy for you to do that. You can tweak my builds as much as you like. It does not bother me at all. I actually would love it if you did want to do that. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you know in case you're thinking, oh, it's not like super cluttered. I wanted it to feel lived in, but I just really didn't want it to be too much and to bore you guys. So yeah. Now, something I thought was really sweet. Every single apartment has at least one plant in it, and there is a little bit of a storyline behind this. So although I haven't thought too much about dynamics, just with them being so many like different rooms, I did think about this one thing, which was these people, they did not know each other before the incident had happened. So they never knew each other before. Okay, I'm assuming this is a zombie outbreak. I don't know if I said that, but I'm assuming this is like a zombie apocalypse. That's kind of what I was going for with the post-apocalyptic vibe. Sometimes I'm not too sure, and I'm not sure if things are going to be like a virus or if things are going to be like maybe something different is going on. Maybe things like Fallout and stuff, but I feel like this is more aimed towards zombies. So these people did not know each other before the incident occurred, and so they've all kind of grown to trust each other and to know each other, and everyone's kind of built their own little friendships and groups, which is so lovely. It's like their own little society full of people that they know and they trust. And everyone has plants in their room, and this is supposed to be kind of symbolic for them. It's supposed to make them feel kind of like they have this life in their apartments that they have control over. They water it, they make sure that it's healthy, that they're keeping it alive, and it kind of gives them this sense of control in a situation where there really isn't any control because they can't choose what's happening. It's not like a super functioning society where these people have jobs or they have places to be all the time. And so I wanted to add the addition of like plants to each room to, I don't know, kind of symbolize that for them. And it may sound silly, but I just thought that was a nice kind of touch to add. So you can do with that what you like. I don't know if it's very important, but it was just something that I thought maybe kept the spirits a little bit higher. But yeah, I thought that was nice. Now, I do feel like there is really amazing friendships and bonds like among this group. I don't think there's anyone that doesn't necessarily get on, although if you've watched things like The Walking Dead, if you've played The Walking Dead, if you've watched like if you played The Last of Us or watched The Last of Us, you'll probably know that not everyone does get along, like, so it is kind of unrealistic to assume everyone does. But I feel like in this situation, and in this build in particular, everyone gets along, everyone is quite friendly to one another. And unlike my other build, where, if you don't know, I did a container home before this, which was, I guess, technically container homes as well, but I never called it container homes. I called it a safe haven, and they had a hospital attached. I love that build so much, and it was kind of similar to this. There was lots of different units, which I thought I just love. I just love that whole dynamic. So it was lots of different units, but on the top floor there was a kind of like a leader. I didn't do that for this one. I decided to make it so that they're all just kind of like on the same level. There's no one that's kind of in charge. But what I do think is that they have maybe people that are more techie living in some of these apartments, and so some of the people go to the top floor, which is the like controls panel room, and they go in there and they research information and they find new things, new minerals that they can use, maybe even like a food supply. They have like radars and things, and I feel like they have lots of people like that among the group, but yeah, they don't necessarily have like a designated person, if that makes sense. I feel like they all kind of just work together, which I feel like is really nice. There definitely could be a leader if you wanted to do it like that. That's what I did do for my last build. I just wanted to do something a little bit different, so I thought this would maybe break up that kind of, I don't know, that kind of storyline a little bit. But yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think of this kind of idea, what you think, if there would be kind of like one person in charge or not. I like the idea of both. I just like that idea for this specific build. Now, this build didn't take me too long to make, but it did take a lot of kind of like finagling with different things. I used a lot of the tool mod. I feel like with the container homes, they're kind of easy in a sense that they're all blocks, but at the same time they can be just a little bit difficult. Like sometimes they're just not quite right, or I don't know, you size them up and they just don't look quite right, and so it does take a little bit of like moving things around and stuff, but I really like using them. I feel like I've probably made a lot of these by now, that it's like, okay, Hannah, you need to find a new thing, you need to find another thing that you like to do. But I just love doing them, and I'd not done a post-apocalyptic build in such a long time, so I really wanted to do one. I feel like when I do builds like these, they really refresh me. They make me feel really nice and fresh, and just, I don't know, they just feel good because I feel like I can go all out. I can go for this like vibe that I don't normally do, and it's just fun. I get to use items that I probably wouldn't use because like they're so run down or they're so strange looking, and they typically wouldn't be in a normal suburban household. So yeah, I just love doing builds like these. But speaking of which, I have still to upload more of my save file. There should be another video coming. I'm hoping this week as well. I'm hoping to have like a few videos out this week, hopefully another 2 and then this one. So yeah, I'm hoping for quite a few. I have, as I say, I have so many things filmed. I just haven't been able to share them, and I apologize profusely for that. I have been so busy with work, and I've been so busy just in general, but I was off today, so I managed to get like a lot of editing done. But yeah, I feel so bad when I don't upload things on time, so I do just want to apologize, but I'm hoping I can make up for it with a lot of the videos that I'm doing at the moment. And as I say, I really want to get a video out for the businesses and hobbies. Please don't be shocked if you see a daycare, because that is calling my name right now. But anyway, this is me just getting this little unit done. I think I've done 3 now, so this is my 4th one, and I loved adding the little like wall details to these. This rug is from the businesses and hobbies pack, by the way, the one that's like right here at the front door. I love that rug so much. It is so gorgeous. I am definitely going to be using that in future. I also tried to use different showers. I'm sure this one is from Outdoor Retreat. I also used like the werewolves one. There's a few different like kind of rundown ones that I ended up using. Same with the sinks and stuff. I tried to switch up the sinks, the toilets, the showers. I didn't want anything to feel super repetitive, because I think in the past when I've done these, I've definitely been comfortable in using a lot of werewolves and things like that, which of course makes sense. At the same time, I don't want to overuse them, if that makes sense. So I was trying really hard to be mindful of that as well, which I feel like I was, but these are the last 2 units that I end up doing before the controls room. So this one in particular is for 2 Sims. This is the only one I've done so far, which is for 2, I believe. The other ones you could possibly find a way to fit 2, especially if you wanted to do things like Murphy beds or just have Sims sleep on a sofa. It's up to you. But yeah, this one has like a designated double bed, and so the Sims would just shuffle over and they should be able to use this completely fine. We still have like a bathroom, a kitchen, and a sort of a living space in here. Maybe I can't call it that, but yeah, there's everything that they need to survive in here. And then in the other unit, we end up adding a double bed and then a kids bed, which I just thought worked really, really nicely. I originally was going to go for this big dining table, and then I was like, realistically, we do not need that. There's not going to be that many Sims in here, so I went for this little 2-seater, and we've got this little tiny kitchen, which is just so cute. I tried to make sure I added everything, like, you know, cooker, sink and things. I think there's only one unit where I don't add a sink, but it's okay. They've got a sink in the bathroom anyway, so I didn't think it was too big of a deal. I feel like it's trying to work out, you know, getting in all of that counter space, sorry, but also you don't want it to be excessive, so that's what I was trying to keep in mind. But here's the bathroom. I do show me furnishing all the bathrooms, which is a big shock because I don't normally like to do that, but I figure for a build like this, it probably just made sense to show you guys how I went about it. But here, finally, this is the room which has the child in it and the 2 Sims. I love this like little apartment unit so much. I feel like all of the neighbors, I know they're all neighbors, but I feel like all of the next door neighbors are like really close, and they probably like visit each other quite a lot. And like invite each other around, and like, I don't know, I feel like there's such cute friendships in this place. I would love to hear if you guys have any ideas of what you think, if you think that there's any like kind of dynamics going on, maybe some romances. I never even thought about that, but there might be some romances. Maybe there is more kids and like this kid has a friend. I just never even thought about it, but yeah, please let me know what you think. I believe after this unit, we then move on to the little controls panel room, and then I think that is it. But yeah, it's a bit of a shorter one today. I do apologize. I apologize whether the video is short or long. I know some people prefer long, some people prefer short. I honestly love both. But yeah, I think we are coming to the end of this video very shortly, but I do want to talk a little bit about the controls panel, because you'll see I ended up adding a computer up there. So I feel like this place is kind of, they're not super like good with their technology. They don't have a lot of it going around, but as I say, they have their like solar panels, so I feel like they are able to charge up things like the computer, things like maybe some heating, their TVs as well. So yeah, this is the little unit for that, and I love how it turned out. It's super basic but super cute, and of course I had to add my plants as well. But we are coming to the end of this video, so I do just want to say a big thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one.